High-value men. How do they define themselves? Do they have to announce it before every woman they come across? No. High-value men talk to women in a way that destroys their egos. Yep, you heard that right. We're not talking about being disrespectful or mean-spirited, but rather the subtle art of making a woman feel like a queen while also making her crave your attention. Now, destroying her ego might sound harsh, but hear me out. When done correctly, this technique can be a game changer. It's all about tapping into her emotional side and making her feel like she can't resist you. So grab a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes. These 5 tips will have you talking like a truly high-value man in no time. And trust me, the ladies won't know what hit them. But before you do that, make sure you subscribe and tap the bell icon to stay updated. Anyways, let's get started. Number 5. Don't be a simp. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, what's wrong with being nice to women? Well, there's nothing wrong with being nice to women, but being a simp is a whole different story. So what exactly is a simp? A simp is a guy who puts women on a pedestal, even if they don't deserve it. He'll do anything to please her, even if it means sacrificing his own self-respect. He'll spend all of his time, money, and energy on her, even if she doesn't reciprocate his feelings. And worst of all, he'll put up with her bad behavior and never stand up for himself. Now, let me tell you something. Being a simp is not attractive. It's not manly and it's not impressive. In fact, it's the complete opposite. When you act like a simp, you're telling the world that you don't value yourself enough. You're saying that you're willing to be a doormat for someone else, and that's not a good look. So, why should you avoid being a simp? Well, for one thing, it's not going to get you anywhere with women. Sure, you might get some attention from them at first, but eventually, they'll get tired of your constant neediness and move on. And trust me, no woman wants to be with a guy who doesn't have his own life or interests. On top of that, being a simp is just plain unhealthy. You're putting all your focus and energy into someone else instead of focusing on yourself and your own goals. You're neglecting your own needs and desires, and that's not a good way to live your life. So, what should you do instead? Well, you should start by valuing yourself. You're a high-value man, and you should act like it. That means having your own interests, hobbies, and goals that you're passionate about. It means setting boundaries and not tolerating bad behavior from anyone, including women. Now, that doesn't mean you should be rude or disrespectful to women. In fact, quite the opposite. You should treat them with kindness and respect, but not at the expense of your own self-respect. You should be confident and assertive and know your worth. So, being a simp is not a good look. It's not attractive, it's not manly, and it's not healthy. If you want to be a high-value man and attract quality women, you need to value yourself first. Number 4. Ask thoughtful questions only. Let me tell you why you should only ask thought-provoking questions when talking to women. First of all, women are attracted to men who can engage them in meaningful conversation. And what better way to do that than by asking thought-provoking questions? By doing this, you're not only showing her that you're interested in what she has to say, but you're also showing her that you're a man of substance, someone who can stimulate her mind and make her think. So what exactly is a thought-provoking question? Well, it's a question that requires more than just a simple yes or no answer. It's a question that encourages the person to think deeply and share their thoughts and opinions. And trust me, when you start asking these kinds of questions, you'll be amazed at how much more interesting your conversations become. Now, let's see, why does this matter? Why should you care about being able to hold engaging conversations with women? Well, for one, it shows her that you're not just some boring dude who can only talk about the weather or what you had for lunch. It shows her that you're someone who has depth and complexity, someone who's worth getting to know. But more importantly, it allows you to build a deeper connection with her. When you ask her thought-provoking questions, you're not just talking to her, you're actively trying to understand her. You're showing her that you value her thoughts and opinions and that you're genuinely interested in getting to know her as a person. And let me tell you, fellas, there's nothing more attractive to a woman than a man who can make her feel heard and understood. When you're able to do that, she'll be hanging on your every word and eagerly awaiting your next question. So next time you find yourself chatting with a lady, remember to ask her thought-provoking questions. Ask her about her dreams, her passions, and her fears. Don't just settle for small talk. Challenge her mind and let her challenge yours. Number 3. Make eye contact. Yes, this is the big secret, but trust me, it's not just about looking someone in the eyes. It's about what that eye contact communicates. When you make eye contact with a woman, you're showing her that you're confident, that you're interested in her, and that you're not afraid to be vulnerable. Eye contact is the foundation of any strong connection, and without it, you're just another guy trying to get her attention. But here's the thing. Making eye contact isn't always easy. It can be uncomfortable, especially if you're not used to it. You might feel like you're being too intense, or like you're invading her personal space. And let's be real, some women might not be comfortable with it either. But that's where the real power of eye contact comes in. If you can push through that discomfort and maintain strong eye contact, you're demonstrating to her that you're a man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it. You're showing her that you're confident in yourself and your abilities, and that you're not going to back down from a challenge. Got it? Number 2, prioritize listening. If you want to truly connect with a woman and make her feel special, you need to listen to her. I'm not just talking about hearing her words, but really listening to what she's saying and how she's saying it. When you prioritize listening, you show her that you care about her and what she has to say. It's not just about waiting for your turn to talk, but really being present in the conversation. When you listen, you pick up on things that you might have missed if you were just waiting to talk. And trust me, women notice when you're really listening to them. It makes them feel valued and respected. And here's the thing. When you show her that you value and respect her, you become a high-value man in her eyes. Women want to be with a man who makes them feel special, and prioritizing listening is one way to do just that. Now, I'm not saying that you should just sit there silently and nod your head. You still need to contribute to the conversation. But when you do speak, make sure it's in response to what she's saying, and not just to show off your own knowledge or accomplishments. Another benefit of prioritizing listening is that it helps you to avoid coming off as arrogant or cocky. When you listen to her, you show her that you're not just interested in talking about yourself, but that you're interested in her as a person. This is a huge turn-on for women. Trust me. Number 1, have powerful body language. You see, your body language speaks volumes about who you are as a man. It's not just about what you say and how you say it. And if you want to be that high-value man that women can't resist, you need to start paying attention to your body language. Let's start with posture. How do you stand? Do you slouch, or do you stand tall with your shoulders back? A man who stands tall exudes confidence and dominance. It's a clear sign that he's in control and knows what he wants. On the other hand, a man who slouches gives off the impression that he's weak and unsure of himself. Next up, eye contact. This is crucial when it comes to communicating with women. If you want to convey that you're a high-value man, you need to be able to hold eye contact with them. It shows that you're confident in yourself, and that you're not afraid to show your interest in them. When you maintain eye contact, it also helps to build trust and rapport with the person you're talking to. Another important aspect of body language is your movements. Are you fidgety, or do you move with purpose? A high-value man moves with confidence and intention. He's not afraid to take up space, and he knows how to use his body to communicate his message. So remember that your body language speaks volumes about who you are as a man. And if you want to be that high-value man that women can't resist, start paying attention to your posture, eye contact, and movements. You've just learned the top 5 ways that high-value men talk to women to absolutely crush their egos. Now, I know some of you might be feeling a little uneasy, like you're turning into some kind of alpha male savage, but let me tell you something. This isn't about being a jerk or belittling women. It's about being confident, assertive, and knowing your own worth. When you can communicate that to a woman, it's like a magnet. They can't resist. So don't be afraid to use these tips and take your game to the next level. Just go out there and be yourself. Wait, before you tap next, let me ask you, want to know why high-value men reject certain women? Well, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay alpha.